boy, but she needs no introduction. But I know when I first started, I would just pour over training videos all of the time. And she was always one of the ones that I would watch because she's just someone that you feel like you could be best friends with. And I know many people love diamond documentaries, but hers is one of my favorite because it's just like you just see her heart. She loves the Lord. She loves people. She loves her family. And she's just a passionate woman. And so I'm excited for you guys to hear from her, hear a little bit of her story, and just be inspired by her, knowing like we all go through ebbs and flows. And so I'm excited for you guys to sit down and just be really diligent in listening, try to just get rid of all the distractions, take notes, and just soak in every bit that she has to share with us. Sarah, take it away.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. One, I love your earrings. Two, I want my hands on all the babies. My baby is 8 now, and every time I jump on, I did a Zoom call last week, and there was a precious newborn. I was like, they didn't tell you. I trade time for babies. I need all of the babies. So you guys are awesome for being on. June 1st. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you. I have an end of month hangover that I've been trying to, recover from. This morning, I was like, I don't even know what just happened. So I want to say a huge congratulations to all of you guys, an amazing Sapphire team, a brand new Emerald, all of the rank ups. Here's what I am so excited about sharing with you. One, Emily, thank you for letting me crash your team page for a little while and be on your Zoom. But I have a 10-year perspective, okay? I go way back. So September will be my 10-year anniversary with Plexus, but I actually did a year right before Tarl even bought the company, when we were just Plexus Pink and we only had the breast check kit. I dabbled in it for a little while. So the perspective to be able to share my journey with you is something that I hope, even if you can take one thing from it, no, you are in the right place at the right time with the right company and the right products. I promise you. And what we are experiencing right now is something that truly we've been dreaming about and praying for. And I've felt it, a few times in my 10-year journey, but it definitely was something that I was hoping for and praying for, right about December, January. I was like, okay, come on team, what's up? And let me tell you what, it is game on with products, comp plan, bonuses, incentives, all of the things that happen building now. I feel like it's like this 90-day run of what we can do for our business. So for those of you that don't know, I'm going to take you back. Emily said the good news is you guys have the Zoom that will cut me off. So you don't have to listen more than 30 minutes and I'll come up for air, hopefully. I am so passionate about sharing my heart with Plexus. I've been known to ramble. So cut me off if you need me, if you're like, okay, that's it. Okay, so I stumbled on Plexus. I was sent 2 sticks of Plexus Slim. I was a registered nurse working 12-hour night shifts. I had no idea what network marketing was. I had two boys at the time. I wanted to lose a little bit of baby weight. The samples sat on my desk for 2 months. They sat there and then the junk mail piled up. And then I got down to the, bottom of the pile. There's those 2 samples. Then the junk mail piled up 1 more month. And one night at work, some of the girls said, hey, have you guys heard about this Slim stuff? And I immediately was like, oh my gosh, I think that's what I have on my desk at home. And I ran home, I opened it up, I mixed my first pink drink. I called the gal that mailed it to me, Amy, which we were strangers. I said, I don't know what this is, but I think I need it. Everybody at work is talking about it and I don't want to miss out. She said, okay, well, this is how you can order. I was like, so I enrolled. I did not know that I had enrolled in network marketing. I had no clue what network marketing was, but started drinking the pink drink, got relief from my migraines. My irritable bowel was a little bit better. I started having more energy. All the girls at work were like, what are you doing? Your scrubs are getting loose. I was losing weight, feeling great. Awesome. So I started sharing with the girls at work. A commission check for $300 showed up in my mailbox. And I said, I have no idea what this is for. My upline said, go cash that and we'll explain later. And so I started to realize this could be something. This is maybe something that I didn't even know I needed. So I want to let you guys know, as a nurse, I knew I wanted to be a nurse and help people from age 8 on. I never changed my mind. And I loved being a nurse. It was the most fulfilling thing. I started in ICU and then I later moved to labor and delivery. And that was a passion for me. But I have to tell you, 12-hour night shifts away from your babies, either skipping sleep so you can go to the baseball and soccer games, or passing your husband in the hall because tag, you're it. He's a nurse. My husband is a nurse anesthetist. So we rotated the call in the holidays and the weekends and all of that. It was just a mess. So I'm going to kind of fast forward quickly to you and let you know that June of 2011, I went to the very first ever Plexus convention. And it was in that room with 258 people. I sat in the second row on the left-hand side of one little tiny ballroom as a brand new silver. 7 months into my journey, I had signed up my mom because she's my best friend and she loves me. And she was like, well, I don't know what that is, whatever, but I'll join you. I signed up my husband without him knowing, and we don't even have time to go into all of that. And then my upline knew I wanted to be silver at the convention. She's like, hey, I've got this gal that messaged me on Facebook. Why don't you sign her up and then you'll be silver? So it took me 7 months to go silver, and that's what it looked like. So sitting at convention, I'll never forget, a gal stood up across the way and shared her testimony. And it was a light bulb moment of, we have something people need, and this product is changing lives. Now remember, at the time, we only had the breast check kit, we had the breast cream, which became the body cream, and then we had launched Plexus Slim, and then later Accelerator. We were just getting started. So it was then that I said, you know what? I am going to go all in. So that's the first takeaway is, why are you here? What does your journey look like? What do you want it to look like? For me, I stumbled for 7 months because I didn't know what I didn't know. And when I finally realized what I had, I decided, draw my line, game on, I'm gonna do this. My mom and I went home the very next Monday night and started our first ever Monday night meetings. We put flyers on mailboxes and said, come on. We had 6 people show up. I can't remember if any of them joined that night, but from that night on, every single Monday night, we said, go find a friend and come back next week. And that's how we grew our team. My mom and I ranked gold, senior gold, ruby, senior ruby 4 months in a row. And it was 9 months from silver to emerald. Being intentional and passionately sharing. I didn't know what I was doing, guys, but here's what happened. I hit emerald and I had 500 people looking at me and I was like, oh my gosh, what just happened? Now what? And at Emerald is when I opened my very first book, because I had learned, like, I hadn't done anything. Like, I was stumbling. I was like, how do I do this? What do I do? And when I read my first network marketing book, I was like, well, there you go. Somebody's done this and they've done it well. And this is actually a thing. And it wasn't until Emerald that I realized this is a legit business. People are doing this and being successful. And it was just such an amazing thing for me. And for those of you that know, like, personal growth and development is like my platform. So I hit a brick wall. I hit this obstacle of, I don't know what to do. And it was from Emerald to Sapphire, it was 16 months. And in those 16 months, I read over 60 books, a bunch of them on network marketing, a bunch of them on leadership, a bunch of them just on personal growth and development. A lot of them were on mindset. I had audios in my car. I was listening to, different audios about how I could do this. And it was an amazing journey that I feel like I needed to have that pause in my rank up, because I needed to learn and grow for myself and for my team. Sapphire to Diamond was 4 months after that. And then Diamond to Reentry was 3 months after that. So that's like, and in all of that, I got healthy. I got pregnant with Miracle Surprise baby number 3. There's 6.5 years between and my third. That pregnancy, I gained 100 pounds. It was miserable and horrible. Went home with a 7-pound bundle and 93 pounds to lose. I used the triplex and I lost 93 pounds in 11 months. That was from Emerald to Diamond with all of that. But that's like the abbreviated. I retired from the hospital and went full-time. So I've been full-time Plexus at home raising my babies for the last 8 years of the 10-year journey. So that's kind of the quick, and I want to kind of highlight a few things. for on the journey. The first is to be intentional with what you want your journey to be. But I want you to know, I started because I wanted to get in my skinny jeans. If you had told me 10 years ago that I was going to be a diamond in plexus and love standing on stage and teaching and training and, investing in personal growth and development, all of that, I would have told you were nuts. I literally just wanted to lose some weight and get into my skinny jeans. And it grew from there with seeing the possibilities of understanding that I had a great job as a nurse and my husband did too, but we were tired and we never saw each other. And the American dream wasn't the American dream that I thought it was. And when I realized that there was a plan B that I could put time and effort into and not only still feel fulfilled in helping people like my nursing career did, but to be compensated and not just match my nursing income, but if you desire, I doubled, I tripled, I quadrupled my nursing income. So now I'm working from home and contributing to my family because I decided to be intentional and to get into action. One of my favorite books ever is called Positive Action Plan by Napoleon Hill. It's kind of hard to find. Sometimes you can find it on Amazon, but I want you guys to listen to this. No matter where you are in your journey, whether it's just being consistent with your products because you're brand new, or if you're like, you know what, I'm senior gold and I'm ready to go all the way, I want you to listen to this. Good intentions may be an appropriate starting point for achievement, but they will go nowhere unless you follow through with action. Many people confuse intentions with achievement. After all, it is the most important. In reality, the most mediocre idea acted upon is far more valuable than a flash of genius that resides only in your mind. Developing the habit of action may be difficult at first, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes. This is kind of like a devotional for mindset, Positive Action Plan. I read that every single day. Like this is like my most beat up, highlighted, doggy-eared. So for me, it was the getting into action. And realizing I needed to do the work. I needed to do the IPA, the income producing activities. I needed to be reading the books. I needed to have the meetings. I needed to schedule the Zoom. So maybe you're right now thinking, you know what? I love training videos and I love listening and I love learning, but maybe there's something that you need to get off this call and implement tonight, right? Getting into action and being intentional was something that was a huge shift for me. And when I started to get intentional, amazing things happened. Goal setting is another thing. When I realized what I had with network marketing, when that commission check showed up, I started to get serious. And when I found out I was pregnant with Hudson, I thought to myself, okay, 9 months. What's my deadline? What's my timeline for 9 months for when I have Hudson? And I was like, well, if I was Emerald, that would be pretty amazing, right? To be Emerald and then be able to be home with my baby and have that be my income. And I keep sticky notes everywhere and I stick them on my computer. One of my favorite sayings is this getting you closer to your goals? And so when I sit down and scroll social media, I have a sticky note staring at me saying, is this getting you closer to your goals? But I sticky noted myself to Emerald. And I figured out when I sat down that if I added 5 points to my team, whether it was a personal enrollment or helping somebody enroll somebody, if I added 5 points to my team, for 156 consecutive days that I would go Emerald on March 1st. So that was my goal. And so I marked it down. And if I didn't enroll somebody for a day, there was a day where I was like, okay, I got to help somebody else to grow their team. I mean, if I had 2 or 3 days that I didn't have an enrollment, then I was like, uh-oh, I'm behind on my goal. So I had the definite deadline. I had the number of what I needed, and then I had the action plan for how I was going to get there. And I will never, ever forget, as long as I live, that last day of February when we were watching the numbers roll in, and I went Emerald. So March deadline, we hit Emerald, and I delivered Hudson on March 13th. And it was just like, it was the most amazing thing. So I want you guys to think right now, what is your goal? And it can't be, I want to be successful. It can't be, I want to help people. That's all great. But I want you to say, I'm going to help 3 people and go silver for the first time and get that $100 achievement bonus plus the incentive that's still going on. I want it to be a definite goal and I want you to write it down, and then I want you to do something really scary. I want you to tell someone, because there have been some times along in my journey where I'm like, well, if I don't tell anybody my goal, if I don't hit my goal, then nobody will know, and then it's all good. So I want you to tell someone, because it's statistically proven, scientifically proven, that if you make a goal and write a goal down and then actually tell someone, you are going to be, I don't even remember the percentage, more successful at achieving that, but it's a big thing. And the last thing that I wanted to touch on is one of my favorite things to talk about, because on this 10-year journey, I have to tell you, belief has been something that has just been, wow, there's just not enough time for me to share with you. I will say that when you are your own boss, and when you have the benefit of being an entrepreneur, you know, the risks are there of, it's not promised or guaranteed, right? And you got to put in the work and put in the effort. But the payoff is that there's an unlimited potential and opportunity for you to see things and experience things and go on trips and become debt free like we are. And now we're in the process of building our second dream home. And I wanted to be able to be on the water so my 3 boys could fish in the backyard. And, you know, there's just all of these things that happen. And we haven't even talked about our team sponsored orphanage, where we're able to fully fund and support an orphanage for 51 kiddos in India, strictly with the business building bonuses that come in. But there's also been some hard times, you know, on this journey. And we know it's hard work. People come, people go. There's a lot that goes on there. But a little bit of homework that I'm going to have you do is, if you'll take a piece of paper, and I know this will be backwards, and just write belief. Write belief at the top. And I want you to do a belief scale from 0 to 10. So a scale like this, where you just have a line where you're 0 at one side and 10 at the other, 5 in the middle. And I really want you guys to think about belief in the products, belief in Plexus, belief in network marketing in general, belief in our compensation plan, and then belief in ourselves. And in those 5 areas, on any given day, I have to tell you that if I do a heart check with my belief monitor, on the days when I let my mindset wander, when I let comparison derail me, when I have someone tell me, you know, something negative or whatever, you feel a little bit of that. It's a withdrawal out of your belief bank, if you will. I've got 3 boys, a 16-year-old, a 14-year-old, and an 8-year-old. We're with the teenagers. We're in this trust bank time where it's like, okay, if you do what you're supposed to, if you're on time with curfew, you're going to be putting deposits into that trust bank. And then I'm going to start letting you do a little bit more if you're building up that trust. The same holds true with your belief bank. Okay, there are going to be deposits and withdrawals into your belief bank and out of your belief bank. If you start the products and you lose 3 pounds in the first 5 days and you're feeling amazing, you're like, oh my gosh, your belief is going to be a 10, right? You're going to be like, these products, or you drink your first active and you have the most amazing natural energy all day with no crash. Like, your belief in the products are going to be way up here. And then you have somebody that calls and says, this doesn't work. I want, you know, my 60-day money back guarantee. And that's a withdrawal. And it's this up, down, up, down. It's this roller coaster. But here's what I want to share with you. If you have something that makes a withdrawal out of your belief bank for, say, products, you know what? I'm jumping over to my team testimonial page. I'm jumping over to the Plexus Ambassador community, and I'm going to read 10 testimonials. And I am going to fill my belief tank back up to the tippy top. And I do that a lot. Go talk to a customer, go talk to a new team member, get a new testimonial, because there are going to be times in this journey that you're going to feel your belief bank is starting to go, well, it's not a 10 today, it's a 9. And actually, now it's a 6, and now it's a 5. Or for network marketing, you're going to have a negative person. For me, it was my husband for the entire first year. That does scheme, he was just negative about the whole thing. And I am not going to tell you, let's just say I was sleeping with the enemy. Okay. It was not pretty. And so when he made these withdraws of my belief in this is network marketing and I can do this, I would go read another book. I would go listen to another audio. I would go YouTube Jim Rohn and, listen to his training and fill that back up. So when I had, the negative pulling, I would just fill in the belief until it was overflowing to keep my belief going. So you could say, you know what, Sarah, my product belief is through the roof. My belief in network marketing is amazing. Compensation plan, hello, we just had the best month ever, right? You guys are having rank ups, you guys are getting bonus checks, amazing things are happening, your belief is there. Here's one thing I'm gonna say. You could be on every training video every night that everybody ever offers. And I'm telling you, Mondays in Plexus is like an amazing day. So, we had like the Monday motivation with Tarl. It was the month huddle kickoff. Jennifer Leith was just doing, some product training that I saw. Then we got Rock the Pink that just ended right before this. Like, there are so many opportunities for us to learn and grow. Genevieve's rocking the new Ambassador Academy. If your belief bank is wavering and you don't believe that you are meant to be here and that you can do this, that is where your journey is going to come to a standstill. That is where you are going to halt. And I am telling you guys, there have been times in my journey where it was a pause, like a timeout. I had to seek counsel, find a coach, find a mentor, and work on the mindset and the belief. But I am here to tell you that you deserve this. You are worthy of success. You can do this. You are on an amazing team. You are with the right company. And what you say when you talk to yourself is something that you might not even realize might be the one thing that's holding you back. So if you evaluate who your circle is, who are those 3 to 5 people that you allow to speak into your heart and into your life, and they are not serving you well on your journey of setting big goals, of doing big things, of achieving your dreams here with Plexus, I want to let you know, if you can't mute them completely, like I couldn't with my husband, you have to do the work of being intentional and getting into action and choose to allow and seek out the people that you're going to allow to pour belief into you. And there were days, and it was me in my bedroom behind closed doors with a book and saying, this is my book, and I'm going to allow myself to be mentored and coached with this. And I believe that I can do this, even if nobody else does. And I will never forget driving. I live on the North Shore of Lake Pontchartrain, and we have to drive across the lake to go to New Orleans. And we had to go to the Lexus dealership to pick up my first Emerald Lexus. And I'll never forget, my husband turned to me and he said, well, I guess this is going to work out. And that was the day he finally had buy-in for supporting me and being one of my cheerleaders, which then he later went on to start sharing and grow his own Emerald team. And it was something amazing. But your belief meter needs to be all the way up to 10. And if you feel it wavering, and if you feel that doubt and what goes on in between your ears, that is so much of what we have to conquer on this journey. And when that belief is a 10, and then you're right there you're in the right place at the right time with the right company, with the right products, with the right compensation plan, in the right profession, which is network marketing, I will shout it from the rooftops all day long, that is the case. And I am just so proud of each and every one of you for taking time to be here, for all of the amazing things that you guys have going on. Emily, congratulations on your Sapphire rank up and all of the great things. You guys have a brand new Emerald on the team. I mean, anything's possible. So I hope that was a little bit helpful. It was a little all over the place, but I've just been so excited. And I have to tell you, right now is the time. Dream big, set your goals in 10 years. Like, this new wave of momentum is like nothing I've ever seen, and anything is possible.
So a few thoughts, and then you guys be thinking if you have any questions, but piggybacking off of what you said with the whole belief building, many of you have heard this before, but some of you are new. And so I want to share this with you. The name of the book, April, she said, was Positive Action Plan by Napoleon Hill. Is that right? But there will be a time when you have somebody that comes to you and says, I am detoxing, or the products aren't working, or I Googled plexus and this is what I'm saying. I don't want to do this. And you are going to start to have doubt. You are going to question, oh my goodness, what am I sharing? I want to be honorable. I want to make sure that I'm sharing things that are good and that will help people. Oh my goodness, you will have that thought. I promise you that. I had that at month like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I had it all the time, but specifically in June and July of 2017, I was like a train wreck. I had 10 different people coming to me about all their detox issues. I had people spewing lies about the products and character and hearts and all the things. And I wanted to quit. And that is exactly what I did, what Sara said. I went back to, why am I doing this? Why have I decided to start sharing? So I revisited my why. And then I knew that I had to rebuild my belief. And the way that I specifically and tangibly rebuilt my belief was going to people I didn't know very well and saying, tell me your story. I need to hear your story and I need to know that it is worth it. And that slowly started to raise my belief and simmer my doubt. And then I feel like that kind of helped me become bulletproof. Okay, like I can do this. I know what I'm talking about. These people have had incredible life changes. These are honorable men and women. They're not just out to make a buck. Like, they've had life changes. And I just have to continue to revisit that, because we all are going to have moments where we question, what in the heck have I just gotten myself into? So totally 100%, totally yes, everything you're saying, Sara. I was going to say one more thing. Does anybody have any questions while I remember what I was going to say?
I will. I'll ask.
Oh, you muted yourself.
Anna, you're muted. This is our new Emerald. Hey, Anna.
Oh. Hi. Hi. Thanks so much for hopping on tonight. It's so awesome to hear from you. So, goal setting is actually on my radar right now. And I was just listening to a call, and I hear it all the time, but I don't know what it is. I feel like there's some roadblock for me on figuring out, like, other than just, okay, this is where my points are. This is where I want to be. This is what I have to do in between. Like, do you have any like words of wisdom or guidance with, like, how do you make these action-based goals?
Yes. So I will tell you that I've had a little bit of a shift. And so for those of you that know the color personalities, I'm a yellow. I'm a helper. I'm a warm, fuzzy, emotional. On the Enneagram, I'm a 2. And so I was doing a lot of loving people where they were, and much to their, it was to their detriment, because I would love them where they were and I would just let me know, like, to death. Okay. And so people didn't know what they didn't know. And that whole being intentional and getting into action, here is something that I'm doing. So for my second position, I'm pushing for Ruby this month. And I actually just did a goal call today. I can share the link, Emily, if you want me to, but I just got some leaders together, and I was like, okay, listen, if I'm going to push for, and just like you said, you need 500, this is where you ended, here's the gap in between, then I let them know it's not that I'm going to bring on 35 new level 1s. It's that I know who my 10 active level 1s are on my second position, and the getting into the action of, okay, Sara, you have this. Who can we help go to silver? Great. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to schedule an event, go invite 20 people. Let's get you into action. This person, you're new. You haven't made your first post yet. Hey, if I wrote something out for you, would you post it for me? And I literally am like, hey, Sara, thanks so much for introducing me to Plexus. I'm already loving how I feel, and I'm only 3 days in. Tag me, post it. Like, I'm giving people verbiage. I'm done with the loving people where they are, because what I'm finding, people even that want to do this don't know what to do. And so if we can give them that next baby step, then, they are rocking and rolling, and all these people are posting. I'm like, well, dang, that's all I had to do is give you 3 sentences and you're going to post it. And so I actually had one girl who set a huge goal, and I didn't want to tell her that I didn't think it was possible when she set the goal. But she made a few posts focusing on Joyome and collagen, and her network hadn't heard that Plexus has Joyome and collagen. And it was this whole new thing. And all of a sudden she messaged me. She's like, I have 40 messages. I don't know what to do. And I was like, I'm on the way to swim team. Let's do an event. And so I dropped off my oldest at swim team and sat in a parking lot. And in 40 minutes, I set up an event. We put all 40 people in there. My team member was like, I can't answer everybody at once. Sarah's going to help us. And I did 9 posts. We wrapped it up, and that night she enrolled 7 level 1s. Now that's obviously like best case scenario, but I've been trying to do more of the actual, this is what I need, this is how we get there, and then let's push you to the next few steps, because I was doing the whole, let me know if you want to grab 3 friends and get the bonus, and they'd say, yes, I want to do that, but they didn't know what that meant, and they didn't know how to do that. So now it's, hey, I've got 20 minutes tomorrow at noon. Can you get 5 friends for me to share my story with? You know, and I'm giving them these action steps. And honestly, the behind the scenes of working with individual teams and level 1s and downlines has just been so successful. I mean, and I had one time, so we started this at the end of 2 months ago, the end of March. Last month, we had one night, and I was like, what is happening? I had like 5 different team members all doing these little 30-minute launch events without me. I was like, wait, what's going on? But they all saw that they were working. And so they're like, well, we can take Sarah's template. We can take those 9 posts and put people in a group, and people are showing up and doing giveaways. So the gal that made the post about collagen and Sign 7, she hit her goal, and it was hilarious. 10:41 Central. Like the clock was getting ready to roll over. I'm on my iPad. She's on speakerphone. She's enrolling somebody on her computer. I'm enrolling somebody for her on my iPad. And she went senior gold. She enrolled 27 level 1s. It was like, I've never seen anything like it in my life. But it was literally, this is what you do. This is how you do it. This is how I'm going to help you. And all of those people were like, okay, I'll do it. And it worked. So I hope that's a little bit helpful, being really intentional. Like I'm all like, look, I've got charts. I've got like my whole desk is sticky notes and charts of this person needs this many, and we're going to fill out the boxes, writing it all out so you can kind of see your bird's eye view. Who can I help get to silver? Who wants to make their first post? Who needs to get to gold? How am I going to help them do that? And that really is helpful, because guess what? When I help all 10 of my level 1s on my second position get to their next rank by helping them with events, you know, Ruby will happen for me, whether I want it for me or not, just by helping all of them do that.
And if you are needing an idea of, okay, I want to do this, but I don't even know where to begin, I don't even know what to share with them, if you go to Rising Jewels, which is our business team page, and in the search bar, you can type keywords. I want you to type the word PACE, P-A-C-E. There is a really great graphic that Brooke Hemingway and Emily Gibson put together a few years ago, and there are 3 different paces that you can look at, and that is a really great guide, and it walks you through specific step-by-steps that they encourage their teams to do. And it's just, I mean, this isn't like rocket science. Like, we don't reinvent the wheel. We are doing what the other leaders that have gone before us have done. So these are all things that we know what to do, but this just kind of gives you a really great guideline checklist to be able to say, okay, I've done this, and the paces are from like walking or basically like, I don't want to sell anything, I just want to get my products paid for, I'm interested in, you know, making this amount of money, and I am running. And so it'll tell you those 3 different paces, and that's a really great route to go if you're looking like what Sarah's saying, like, how do I even start this? So go check on PACE, P-A-C-E, in the search bar of Rising Jewels. Does anybody have any other questions? We have about 4 minutes left. I do have one question if no one else does. Kanya, are you moving your hand to the unmute?
I was just going to ask if she could pick one other network marketing book or her favorite that there's no other books to read. What would it be, Sarah?
It's such a hard one, because I'm telling you guys, So my team asked me this 2 days ago, and literally in 3 seconds, I gave them 25 books that were my favorite off the top of my head. So I will break it down. If you are brand new to network marketing and you just need like the black and white basics, Rock Your Network Marketing Business by Sara Robbins. She is a personal friend. She's in another company, but she's amazing. She loves Jesus. She's got great training. 5 levels of leadership. I had to read that one 3 times, John Maxwell. That was a little bit more of learning that at level 2, I was loving people where they were, and we weren't producing results in moving to level 3 because I was loving people where they were. And I was scared to step up and be a leader and challenging people to step into their greatness. So that's a little bit deeper of a book. 15 Laws of Growth by John Maxwell is just a generic personal growth and development that's amazing. And I'll give you guys my whole list. 4-Year Career and Flip Flop CEO were 2 that were like, you know what? This is a legit business model, and you better, step off if you're going to argue with me about if network marketing is anything. Like, I read those 2 books. I was like, I dare you to tell me network marketing isn't cool or a thing. Those 2 books like armed me for that, as far as that goes. And then How to Win Friends and Influence People. And then What to Say When You Talk to Yourself is the mindset. They're really deep. Switch on Your Brain is like scary deep. But if you really feel like, you know what, I've got to reprogram my brain, like I got to start over, if you feel like you've had years of people telling you that you're not worth anything and that you can't, if there's a lot of head trash and heart issues, Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Carolyn Leaf is a really soul searching. It's deep, but it's really good. I'll get you my list.
Yeah, that would be awesome. And so I think you're going to give us your list of books. You're also going to give us maybe that link for your Zoom call that you had, the goal call that you had today. And then I don't know if you are able to do this, but somebody was asking if there'd be any way you'd be willing to share maybe your template, like your 9 different posts that you do for your team calls or your launch events. Yeah.
And I can't take credit. I don't make pretty graphics, and I borrow from One Plexus rocks because I pull so much stuff from so many pages. But yes, I would be happy, Emily. I'll send all that to you.
Thank you. And thank you so much for taking time out of your day. It's kind of surreal, like Sarah Marble. She's on our call. She knows who we are, people. This is so fun. We're so grateful for you. Thank you for taking this time. And y'all remember, it took her 7 months to go silver. Yep. She battled a lot of doubt, a lot of ebbs and flows. If she can do this, we all can do this. If I can do this, we all can do this. Thank you guys so much for being on. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.